Hi, I'm Danny Ramos, and welcome to this week's edition of Hispanic Speak Out TV on Bright House Cable, brought to you every single week, Tuesday, 9:30 p.m. prime time. Hispanic Speak Out TV, brought to you by Hispanic Achievers. I just want to let you guys know that the Hispanic Achievers license plate, the first Hispanic license plate in the nation, will be coming out within a couple of days. You'll be seeing billboards all over Central Florida announcing the plate. So if you're Hispanic and you want to exhibit your Hispanic pride, go down to DMV on your renewal and put a Hispanic Achievers license plate on your car. We have a really interesting person to talk to you today. Dennis Ramos Martinez. He's a special agent in charge of an ombudsman program with the United States Secret Service. Dennis is here to tell us a little bit about the opportunities that are with the Secret Service and how to get and apply with the Secret Service if you're looking for a great job. Dennis, welcome to Hispanic Speak Out TV.
Thank you, Danny, and congratulations on your new license plate.
Great, it's exciting. But I think that, you know, I use sunglasses and I was told that, you know, because of the lights, it really hurts my eyes. Mm-hmm. But, you know, people in the studio told me that you're the one that should be using the sunglasses.
You're right.
Because you're the Secret Service guy.
You're right, but I use them all the time.
So you left them home in Florida.
Right. That's right.
You're with the Secret Service. How long have you been with the Secret Service?
I've been with the Secret Service 26 and a half years.
That's your whole life?
That's correct.
That's your whole life?
Become part of my DNA. Yes, sir.
It must have been in the DNA to begin with for you to last 27 years. I mean, you must really love it.
I think I was born with the sunglasses.
Sunglasses and a gun. I know there's a lot of opportunities, and one of the reasons why you came down from Washington was to communicate to the bilingual community the opportunities that are there for Hispanic women and men and non-Hispanics with the Secret Service. Why is the Secret Service actively recruiting right now? Is there a reason, or do you guys always recruit?
We always recruit, but we're looking for a few good women and men. Okay. And we're really looking especially for Hispanics in the area.
And why is that?
Because it's the largest growing minority, and we are lacking in numbers, and we need to be able to help the communities, and the only way to help the community is to have the faces that we have represented in the community.
Now, Secret Service, does the Secret Service work only in the borders or like on the mainland of the United States, or is it international?
No, we're an international organization, and we protect the President of the United States, the Vice President of the United States, former presidents, visiting heads of state coming into the country, and we also protect the financial infrastructure of the country, and that's currency, you know, credit cards, numbers.
All right, so you actually are, you know, like for counterfeiting,
yes,
things
sir.
like that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I just came back from a tour in Colombia. I was the attaché at the U.S. Embassy in Colombia. I just returned a couple of years ago, and we used to work counterfeit currency plants over there. Colombians do a very good job counterfeiting.
Maybe they should hire him at the Treasury Department. Give him a check and get him out of the bad side.
Beautiful country. I really enjoyed my tour there, but unfortunately we had a few bad apples, and I was in charge of getting rid of those few bad apples, putting them in the can.
It must have been exciting.
Yes, sir.
I remember reading somewhere, and I was reading a book about Abraham Lincoln and his when he was president. Yes. And he was shot. Obviously, everybody knows he was assassinated in a theater. And I read in that book that the Secret Service happened as a result. It started as a result of Lincoln being assassinated.
Well, the Secret Service started as a result of a third of the currency of the United States in 1865 was being counterfeited.
Really?
By people. And in order for us to thwart that problem, the United States government created the operatives, what we used to be called at that time, in the Secret Service. We did such a good job that President Lincoln was assassinated, and you know a couple more presidents were assassinated in 1901. The United States government decided these guys are doing such a good job with thwarting U.S. currency production that we're going to put them in charge of protecting our head of state.
When you're, I know that the Secret Service, I mean, people visualize the Secret Service protecting the president. You see them either in the car, behind the car, or walking or jogging on the side of the car, okay? But do they also do the investigative side in case a threat comes up?
Yes, sir. We basically have a dual mission, protection and investigation. Like I told you, we protect the president, vice president, former presidents, and so on. If there's a threat against the president of the United States, we are in charge of conducting that investigation, and we're very good at it. We're not an intelligence gathering agency. We have the NSA, the CIA, and we basically take that intelligence that helps us out.
So you interface with the other agencies,
yes, sir,
like the ATF when it comes to gun control and all those things?
Well, we basically, if we have the president going to some location, we interface with all these agencies to make sure that the president is fully protected with all the tools that we have at our hand. And those agencies have tools, example ATF, explosive detection, firearms, and so on. The local police departments, they help us with putting the security
in position,
parameters around the area.
So if President Obama comes into Orlando, you're the spearhead, and then you get local enforcement on the program,
yes, sir,
and you work together to design the protection mechanism for him.
Shoulder to shoulder, we'll work with them, and we make sure that the president will be safe when he visits Orlando.
Yeah, when President Bush came into Orlando, they had him in the Citrus Bowl, and thousands of people. I mean, the Citrus Bowl, which was a football stadium, was completely full. And I had the privilege to be very close to the president. I was like 15 feet from the president. I got a special pass to go in there with my press credential and some other things that they check out, because they do check you out.
Right.
But it was interesting to see how they bring them in, how they bring them out. You know, everything is clocked, everything is just timed perfectly, you know, and he responds to them in his movements. You know, he doesn't operate independently. It's like they keep him in a channel.
Right. We basically operate in a bubble effect, you know, a 360, you know, up, down, everywhere. And, you know, that's where the policemen and the Secret Service agents interface at all times.
Well, you're down here in Orlando, and welcome to Orlando, and the weather's great for you because it's like 70 degrees. I mentioned to you the 70 degrees, 70, 75 all week, so try to stretch it out. And you're down here to get the word out that the Secret Service is looking for talented people. What are some of the requirements? Because I know everybody out there says Secret Service, I'll never get into that, you know, and they have a psychological block, especially Hispanics, you know, and I hate to say that, but I think a large number of them think the Secret Service is unattainable, you know, it's so far away from their reach that because they're Hispanic, there is no opportunity, you know, to get into the Secret Service. Well, obviously that's not true because you're here, and you've been here for 27 years.
Correct.
You know, what is needed for somebody to apply? What kind of background?
That's what's important. That's one of the reasons why I am here. I want the community to see a brown face out there, a Hispanic that has actually made it all the way to the top echelons of an agency in the U.S. government. 26 and a half years ago, I was where these kids are today, trying to get a job. As a matter of fact, I was leaving the Navy at that time. Yeah,
but 26 years ago, the whole environment was different. I mean, now, you know, everything is, you know, the watchword diversity, you know, inclusiveness. 26 years ago would be 2000, the 90s, that would be the 80s.
I know, but I was one of the few.
Okay.
So it was even, I thought, even harder because I was kind of like,
a mold breaker.
Different, yes.
Yeah.
So I said, there's no way I could be one of those 007 guys. But my mother told me about the job because she read about it in the San Juan Star in Puerto Rico, because I'm originally from Puerto Rico. And she told me, Dennis, this is for you. I know you. And mothers know best.
Yeah.
So here I am, 26 and a half
How old
years.
were you then?
I was 27.
And what were you doing at that time?
Well, I was leaving the Navy. I was trying to become a jet jockey. I was in Pensacola, Florida.
Okay.
So I was a Navy officer in flight training. My eyes didn't hold. They're not good enough for flight, but they're good enough to be a Secret Service agent.
Okay.
But anyway, my mother told me about it. I said, I don't have any money to go to Miami and take that test. But I did, and she said, I'd pay for it.
Okay.
So here I am.
Wow, she put you on the path, huh?
Yes, sir. And she tells me to this day that I owe her this job.
You got to give her a commission on 27 years of pay.
Yes, sir.
What kind of educational credentials are required, and for what kind of jobs?
Well, the opportunities are varied. We have special agent jobs. We have uniform division jobs. These are the guys that you see protecting the White House, protecting the...
In uniform?
In uniform. Protecting the U.S. missions or diplomatic missions in D.C. And we also have administrative, professional, and technical, and that varies from accountants and so on, lab technicians and so on. These are the people that really support these special agents and law enforcement to do their duties.
But yeah, the Secret Service needs everybody. I mean, you're a business, aren't you?
Yes,
you need
sir.
accountants, you need lawyers, you need secretaries, you need assistants, administrators. But what are you looking for right now? The people that work in the field?
We're basically looking for law enforcement people. We're looking for everybody, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
We're a small agency, but we're looking for people that we can trust.
Okay.
That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
21 years of age all the way to 39 years of age.
Okay.
In the case of uniform division officers, all the way to 39.
Okay.
For agents, all the way to 30, almost 37. You have to be higher by that time.
Yeah.
But anyway, in the case of special agents, they have to have a college degree. They will be passing an interview. They have to take a test, passing an interview, background checks, medical checks. And
Now that's that's the guys who are in suits.
those are the agents,
Okay.
the ones in
So you
suits.
need a degree for that.
You
Is
need
the
a degree
degree
for that.
in any special category, or it could be in anything?
I'm a geologist and a
Are you really?
zoologist.
Yeah.
Rocks and animals.
So how did
So it doesn't matter.
rocks and animals into the Secret Service?
Yes,
Well,
sir.
that was a turn.
Yes, sir.
You made a right-hand turn. Unbelievable.
Yes,
So and what do you need for the uniform services?
For uniform services, you need a high school diploma, and
Okay.
they like for you to have some work experience also, hopefully military, hopefully police experience, but don't dissuade yourself from not applying if you don't have that. You
Okay.
should try it anyway.
Yeah. I know that, what kind of jobs do you think are the ones that are the most available right now?
I think they're all available. I mean, special agent, APTs, administrative, professional, technical. We're looking for accountants. We're looking for
Okay.
lawyers.
Okay. Does some of the work require travel? And you mentioned that you guys, well, obviously, because you guys mentioned that you also do missions in foreign countries.
Yes, sir.
So that would be an open door for Hispanics because in South America, Central America.
That's correct. That's one of the reasons why I became the boss in Colombia.
Right.
I'm a bilingual agent, and with my experience by that time, I was able to go there. But we go all over the world. I basically have visited the whole world.
Okay.
Sometimes we say, I know the hotels, the airports, but I don't know the country.
Okay.
Because we have to do our job. Of
Right,
course, while we're
right.
there, we're not
Right.
going and visiting
Yeah.
tourist places. But
Right.
but we still have the chances to travel there. Our families, can go there too.
And
The
how
government doesn't pay for it, but we take them with us. So.
How are Americans in your career path viewed in foreign countries like Colombia? I mean, are you viewed, obviously if you're Hispanic, there's an affinity, there's a sensitivity, okay, you're Hispanic. But when you say you're Secret Service, do they back off from you, or how do they treat you?
They try to emulate us, believe it or
Really?
not. They try to learn from us because we're an elite group. We consider ourselves an elite group, and they try to learn from what we do best, in investigations and in protection. So I think they're very friendly. They help us out in each way they can.
Okay. And the Secret Service, when dealing in foreign countries, is it more passive and administrative, or do you actually get into the mix when dealing with situations that are contrary to the benefit of the United States?
No, very operational. In the case of protection, they support us completely. We bring our cars, we bring
So
All
you
the
bring your
hardware
own,
and
you
personnel. Yes,
bring
sir.
all the hardware,
Yes, sir.
the armored cars, if there is a high-level state official going, and that's all imported.
Yeah. We have to be careful not to say a high-level state official.
Okay.
Only the ones that the Secret Service protects.
Okay,
The State Department will protect other people.
okay,
You know, so sometimes people confuse us. They think it's Secret Service because they see you in a follow-up in a limo. Only heads of state, the president, the vice president, former presidents, and some people are designated by the president to be protected by us.
And now that you put in your 27 years, okay, are you going to retire now, or?
I'm thinking about it, but it's so hard because it's become part of my life, and
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time with that. To tell
I
you
can
the truth.
imagine. I
Yes,
can imagine. I see your lapel button there.
Very proud of it.
What are some of the salaries? I mean, how much does a person get paid on entry
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Think about
for
it.
uniform and non-uniform?
With uniform, you start about 55,000.
Okay.
Somebody with a high school degree, $55,000 starting in this economy. I would
Okay.
think that's pretty good.
That is good.
With agents, about $48,000 the first year, but then they have automatic pay increases every year for the next 6 years, and then they become supervisors, so they can become supervisors.
Okay.
I make more money than I'm worth, I can say that.
That's great. So you've been getting steady pay increases.
Yeah, the problem is I can take a bullet.
Okay. Well, we don't want to do that.
That's a bad one.
That's the bad side of it,
Yes.
depending on where you get assigned. Well, listen, we're going to put a website, it's right on the screen right here, where you can get information about how to apply for a job at the Secret Service. Dennis, thank you so much. Again, Dennis Ramos Martinez, thank you for coming to the show.
Thank you,
And don't forget to take a look at the website, go onto the website so that you can apply for a job. High school is good or college is good, and they make good money. We'll be back in a second.